What I heard was inappropriate.
I found the July 25th phone call unusual.
It's not what we recommended the president discuss.
Of the 4 witnesses who testified today, 3 were in the Situation Room during that call and heard Trump ask for, quote, a favor that would benefit him personally and politically. Jennifer Williams is an advisor to Vice President Mike Pence. Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman serves on the National Security Council, as did Tim Morrison, until he resigned just a couple of weeks ago. Also testifying today, Kurt Volker, a former special envoy to Ukraine. And Paul Hunter is on Capitol Hill tonight. Earlier, Paul, you were in that room as the witnesses testified and were very clearly challenged.
Yeah, you know, Alex Vindman came here today, Adrian, with effectively one job: to put into words, under oath, on camera, his assessment of what he heard from Donald Trump. And so he did.
Frankly, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It was probably an element of shock.
Wearing his military uniform, Alex Vindman couldn't have been more clear in his assessment of what Donald Trump did.
It was inappropriate. It was improper for the president to request and to demand an investigation into a political opponent, especially a foreign power.
That's at the heart of the impeachment inquiry. Did Trump abuse the power of his office for his own political gain by leveraging U.S. aid to pressure Ukraine into investigating Trump rival Joe Biden?
I privately reported my concerns in official channels to the proper authority in the chain of command.
As a White House expert on Ukraine, Vindman was listening in on that now infamous phone call between Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky in July, in which Trump pressed Zelensky while naming Biden.
Was there any ambiguity about the president's use of the word Biden?
There was not.
Republicans countered by seemingly questioning Vindman's loyalty to the U.S. Born in Ukraine, his family later fled the then Soviet Republic for America.
I don't know Vindman at all.
At the White House, Trump labeled the proceedings a kangaroo court. But Vindman was having none of it, challenging the character of witnesses, reprehensible, he said. And when a Republican ignored his uniform...
Mr. Vindman, you testified in your deposition that you did not know the whistleblower.
Ranking member, it's Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, please.
Everything he's done, he said, is out of duty to country, underlining that with a personal message to his own father.
Dad, I'm sitting here today in the U.S. Capitol.
Speaking out against any president, he said, is something they'd never dare do in the former Soviet Union. But this isn't that place.
Do not worry. I will be fine for telling the truth.
And at one point, Adrian, the crowd in that room applauded Alex Vindman.
So, you know, watching it on television is one thing very clearly, but what's it like in there, Paul?
Yeah, you know, you see it on TV and it's pretty powerful stuff. But in person, I got to tell you, it's something else, right? I mean, on one side, you got lawmakers who are deciding whether to impeach the president, and across the way, a top flight military official who also happens to work for the White House, who's sitting there and effectively is ratting on the president, right? But he himself will point out that he's doing it for the good of the country, right? So but you're sitting there and you're thinking, this is actually happening, history, right? You can feel it in the room, and there's more to come tomorrow.
And we will speak with you tomorrow. Thanks, Paul.
Indeed.